Well, good morning, friends, and I know you're thinking to yourself, boy, I wish I could be wearing that same beautiful shirt that Pastor Jim is wearing. Well, there's a story behind this shirt. Let me back up so you can see the whole beautiful thing. As you see, it's a beautiful heart. You know that Pastor Kathy and I, we're co-pastors here at Christ Covenant Church. Pastor Kathy and I are big fans of a group called Lost and Found. They're not touring anymore, but I bought this shirt at one of their concerts probably 20 years ago. And it's right about this time each year that I really especially love wearing this shirt, because you see, it's a heart. You can't see, I don't think, the writing anymore, maybe a little bit of a squiggle there. It used to say, "Did not our hearts burn within us?" And if you saw our worship service yesterday, it was the road to Emmaus, where Jesus appeared on that road to Cleopas and his wife. Later on, after it was revealed that it was Jesus that joined him on the road, joined them for dinner, they said to themselves, "Did not our hearts burn within us?" And so that's the story behind this shirt. As a devotional, I want to share a story with you as well. This is from Facebook, a little entry that a colleague of ours, Don Johnson, posted. Don and his wife Martha, I've known them for many years. Don was formerly senior pastor at Salem Covenant Church in New Brighton, Minnesota, where our family went for years, and my parents were members there for 35 or 40 years. And so Don was pastor there. Don and Martha each year, Don is recently retired, and Don and Martha each year travel to France. Don has done a lot of study about space and the sacred, that kind of thing. It led him to study a lot of chateaus in France. It's starting to rain a little bit, so I'm going to hurry. And Martha is an artist, and so they've enjoyed going to France, in the south of France. This year, their trip was, of course, interrupted and altered because of all the COVID-19 stuff. And Don writes this. They've now returned home. Don writes this from earlier. "Thank you for praying for us. The trip home for Martha and me went better than I could have imagined. We made all our flight connections with ease and had great seats and wonderful staff attending to us all the way through. It was weird leaving Nice on Sunday morning. There was a crowd at 6:10 a.m. when we arrived. The airport was closed until the police arrived to check us. But we were all on the same flight. Only 3 flights left Nice on Sunday. The check-in agent checked all of our bags through to Atlanta and gave us 1 boarding pass for all 3 flights. He goes on to say that in Paris all the shops were closed. They made their connection to Amsterdam, and then they flew home to Atlanta. Actually, they live in North Carolina now, in the mountains outside of Asheville. It's a beautiful place. And so he talks about this. Over this whole journey, the last 2 paragraphs are this. A friendly hotel shuttle bus driver immediately met us and took us to the hotel where we parked our car at Atlanta Hartsfield Marriott. Our car was one of only 3 in the big lot. 9 floors of the Atlanta hotel were closed. The place was like a ghost town. We paid the extra for our car parking and drove home easily for 3 hours." And he closes with this, and this is something for all of us to think about. They had gone through a lot of turmoil, a lot of uncertainty in France. And Don closes with this. "What sustained me in all of this was Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He leads me, and God did. I wanted in nothing for the entire journey, and it was not due to me. God provided for me and Martha in ways better than I could have ever imagined. Now, it's good to be home and sitting here in the dark with a fresh cup of coffee." And if you know Don, that's a high priority. And so, friends, I want to ask us today, what's sustaining you? Is there a Bible verse or a Bible passage, a Bible story, or a hymn that is sustaining you? I want you to think about that today. Think about what sustains you. As you know, one of the verses that always sustains me is 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all your anxiety on him, on Jesus, because he cares for you. God, thank you for this day. Thank you for the encouragement that Don and Martha bring us today. Thank you for the 23rd Psalm. We lack nothing because you are our shepherd. Amen. I have 2 or 3 pieces of information for us today. One of them is that we did have Sunday school yesterday. Don Nibelink organized that. If you're interested in looking at the book of James with us, we had 20 people in Sunday school on Zoom. If you're interested in that at all, contact Don Nibelink, or you can contact me, Pastor Jim at Christ-Covenant.org, and we'll make sure you get on the list for this coming Sunday at 9 o'clock on Sunday morning. Also, this Wednesday evening, I sent an email out to all of the youth group folks. Our denomination cares for and values our young people in a great way. Tim Ciccone, a fellow Minnesotan, is the lead person at Covenant Offices for youth ministry, young adult ministry. On Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, there's going to be a big simulcast youth event. I sent out information on this. Here's one important thing. You have to register for it individually. Each person has to register for it. We're going to watch that. We're going to be part of that at 7 o'clock nationwide. And then at 8 o'clock, we're going to send out an invite for it. We're going to have a youth group meeting at 8 o'clock for maybe about a half an hour or 40 minutes. And so, friends, I'm not sure if we have anything else today. It is starting to rain a little bit. I want to get inside. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And remember to be a blessing.